Prepare yourself. Select your character. Get ready. Fight! Super activated. Perfect counter. Combo breaker! Super block. Health at 10%. You lose. Game over! Death is only the beginning.
Yeah, man, and welcome back to Game Talk with Tim and Tim. I'm Tim.
Also Tim.
All right, that corny is out of the way. We're going to talk about the greatness that may not be so great. So, during the state of play last week, a few days ago, Sony dropped the announcement for the God of War original trilogy remake. And as huge God of War fans, we don't know how to feel about it, just like everybody else that's huge God of War fans that don't know how to feel about it. So let's see what the gamer has to say about it. Not everyone is thrilled that the original God of War trilogy is being remade. I agree. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think they left a lot of speculation since they didn't share anything about it other than we're remaking it. You left. I don't know if they did that on purpose to see what people would say, to see which direction they should go.
I appreciate that they brought back T.C. Carlson, the original voice. I absolutely appreciate that 100%. That I do appreciate. No lie, no lie. So let's
And
go.
I think it's interesting they chose remake
instead of remaster.
Right.
And that's the part that we're going to get to in another article by IGN. So let's start with this one. My eyes are terribly bad. So let's see. PlayStation put a pretty fantastic showcase last night, dropping the release dates for guaranteed bangers like Control and Beast of Reincarnation. I'm not excited for that one. Control.
That's not your style of game.
Yeah. Control, yeah. Let's see. Let's get to what I'm talking about. Castlevania. Let's get to the God
Santa
of War.
Monica dropped the bombshell at the original God of War trilogy being remade, and that OG Kratos actor Terrence Carson will return.
Yeah, it was a pretty huge moment for God of War fans, but who can probably be seen celebrating on almost every social media platform going. But there is a section of fan base that is pretty lukewarm about the idea of the original trilogy being remade. In fact, there are even some worried that the remakes potentially sanding off some of the original's more interesting, controversial elements. And that's where I am with it too. All right, where are you at with it, son?
I'm skeptical. I have concerns.
Right. So let's get through this real because I don't want to go through the whole article. So since the reveal, the state of play yesterday, Twitter posts have been criticizing the decision to remake the original God of War trilogy have gone semi-viral, including the one above for user. I can't even say that name.
Sigmatic?
No, it says Auto Marakai or something who says that their interest to the title plummeted once they discovered it was a remake. And that's kind of how I felt about it too. Like if they said remastered, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. It's the remake word that has me a little worried. Like, are they going? What are they going to shave off? So This is just more people saying they're gonna have the same issue. So let's get to the part where a lot of us have our concerns. I hit the wrong button. Come on, I hate when I hit the wrong button.
I think they left the word remake there because do you realize how short the original God of War game is?
It's a good 10-hour game.
It's like 5. That first one
Nah,
it's
man.
short. It's short.
But you got to consider that it's PS2. It's a good. It's
Yeah,
about a
it's
10-hour
short.
game. Man.
It's short.
Or
Maybe if you
maybe
want
I
to
just
go and grab
I just
everything,
yeah, maybe I've replayed it so much.
because you did
All right,
replay it.
so here's what people are talking about. This is from IGN. Should the God of War trilogy remake bring back the intimate mini games? You know, we gotta
Tube sensors, yeah.
what we're seeing is on YouTube, right? So the mini games are a relic of their time, but do they serve a surprisingly important purpose in Kratos' story? So this is what the people were concerned about. Like, does it really need to be in the game? It has to be
The
physical.
answer,
It doesn't have
in
anything to do
my opinion, is yes. It does play a part of his story.
with it. It absolutely does.
It-
It's a his character. It shows who he is. Okay, last
Hold
oh
on.
mute the dog. Yeah. So last week, after years of hopeful speculation, Santa Monica Studios announced it would be remaking the original God of War trilogy. T.C. Carson, uh, the original voice actor behind Kratos, stepped in front of the camera to reveal the project in the very early stages of development. And that's well, and that will have to wait a bit longer for any of our questions to be answered. Will it be a graphical facelift a la Blueprint and Demon Souls? Will it be like Demon Souls where it's just a graphical facelift, even though
The
because
Demon Souls
Demon
facelift is good. It's a good
because
facelift.
well the Demon Souls rebuild is still the same game.
Yeah, it's
They
from the
just
ground up.
they took the same game and left it as it is and just made it with new technology. That's what we want. Even if it's the isometric camera angle, I have no issue with that. It's gonna be great. All right. Or with is it or are we revisiting the Greece in the new Norts duology or whatever they're trying to say control system? So is it gonna be rebuilt in the same engine and style as the last two games and overhaul the game's total design? If the latter, will Kratos have a companion accompanying him in the Pandora's temple?
That doesn't work.
Why?
That doesn't.
That's
See,
not even in the game.
no, but they're trying to say they're taking it too far.
But who would it even be to they would have to who would be his companion?
He couldn't have a companion
Who
unless in the third game you're gonna have Pandora around earlier to follow
earlier,
him around more.
right? Uh,
Because the whole point is he's alone for the most part.
will there be a blacksmith NPC popping up?
I say they're just literally saying, "Is it just the same game?" No,
Yeah,
no,
right.
I don't think.
Right, but they're talking about like the is it gonna be like the new North's games where they got the you come across the blacksmith to
I
upgrade your armor and all of that? Oh,
they could do that.
hang on, just uh try to read what you
Uh,
can just to because I don't know why the hell my phone's ringing. Hang on.
Where'd you leave off? Yeah, you already said. All right, the last. Okay, the last one sounds. The last one almost sounds like a joke. Nope, that's not what we said. Facelift. Kratos will have a companion. All right. NPC. Armor. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna put like armor. I could see them taking the graphic system, but we'll get back to that. Will he be able to jump and fly like in the original games? What about the intimate scenes? These are all great questions. The last one almost sounds like a joke. Yeah, like, are we gonna have the intimate scenes? But it's deathly a serious topic. Like, don't take out Aphrodite. One of the top comments is saying, "Don't take out Aphrodite." Like, these graphic mini games, they don't want any. No one wants anything taken from the material that they love. Don't take anything. Do not censor the original material. Reads of the one of the comments. Yeah, people don't want their game ruined. You're still on mute.
I'm just catching up because I'm actually reading going over this live with you. I wanted the reaction to it to be live. So it sounds like a joke about the mini games, but fans who brought up seem to be dead. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
dead serious.
Don't
Yeah.
ruin the game. Don't take it out.
You better
And
not edit out not even just Aphrodite, even in the first any of them, right? In the very beginning of the game. In the when you first go into the ship in the first game. Okay.
I want to touch on, is that the end of it?
Let's see if there's any more. The fanfics. I was just about to rag on the fans and call people gooners and creeps. The fan fixation with these mini games makes sense, and not just because of the franchise's initial target demographic. They are, for better or worse, as much a part of the Greek saga as the Blaze of Chaos. Absolutely. Appearing in every mainline title except for Ascension. Even the
PSP games had them.
Games, yeah, Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta have their own versions of them. In one in Attica while fighting the Persians, and the other in the brothel in Sparta. They are also a product of their time. One when both gamers and developers were overwhelmingly male. Sounds like they're trying to little if any thought was given to the way women were represented. A hack and slashers general
Hack and slash games generally relish in all things lewd and bloody and prepubescent.
Excuse me. Thank you.
But times have changed, and changed profoundly at that. Once taken for granted, today the minigames stand out like a sore thumb. They are perhaps the only aspect of the Greek saga I could envision its developers regret adding in, and hence it's unclear whether they will return along with the togas, sandals, and cyclopses.
I'm gonna tell you right now, developers, when the game test reviewers get their codes, they're gonna tell people if this is not in the game or not. And if they're not there, you're not gonna make the money you think you're gonna make money, because it's gonna be some hardcore fans that are gonna buy it regardless. But you're not gonna get the same responses before, because a lot of gamers are basically speaking with our wallets now. If we say, if we're telling you we will absolutely buy your product if you just take the game and upgrade it graphically and everything. You're guaranteed our money. But if we're saying, hey, don't change anything, and then you change something, we're gonna be like, look, since you don't care, we don't care. Personally, I'd be surprised if it stayed in. When the team is working on Ascension, they decided to exclude one, maybe in response to the backlash. What backlash? It was backlash about that? I don't remember.
That was years ago. I'm sure there was movements of people, that sort of thing. But you'd have to go back to find those articles.
Yeah, maybe out of post-orgasm clarity after visiting Aphrodite in the game, Kratos' obligatory trip to the bordello plays out in a cutscene, and the women there turn out to be an illusion created by the Furies. I don't want to go over this whole freaking. But I do want to show this.
Okay. Yep, 82% keep exactly how they look. So I want to touch on a point it asked earlier. We did skim over the rest of the article, but the is these intimate scenes necessary for the story? And my answer is absolutely, and it is important to the story, though some people don't realize it because as you go through all the horrific things that Kratos does, the only sense of intimacy he has with anyone are these shallow moments that they show.
And I wouldn't even
And
necessarily say that
that's
they're shallow. I would say that
no,
it's a reflection of his humanity
that's his only human connection at that time.
because the movie is basically he's a man that's
Broken.
grieving and pissed off at the same time. So this is a psychological breakdown for this guy. Like
Yeah, I
Kratos,
did see.
right? Kratos is literally in is he's distraught from murdering his own family.
Yeah, they won't let him end his own life. There,
Right,
because at the beginning of the first game, he tries to end it all, and they
right.
will not
He
let him.
right. He tries to end it all, but then he proves to be valuable to them. So now he has resentments for man. Just leave the game alone.
But see, I did see that the article did say
Because
maybe
what we're saying right now is it's like low key spoiler alerts to the new generation that's never
spoiler
played
alert.
the game.
The game is old, but all right. We don't know what's going to be in the next game if they're even going to have that. But yes, I'll leave some of that. But I did notice before we cut off that article that it did say that those scenes could be showing Kratos' spiral into nihilism. So I did see whoever wrote that touched on a similar topic. But I mean, let's be honest here. If we can't discuss a remake of a game, spiral into nihilism. I don't know exactly what he says.
Sadism and nihilism at this same time.
Sadism. Sadism.
Sadism. Yeah, like I said, I got bad glasses because I can't read. Look, I'm too close for bifocals, but but too far to have good what you call it. At the same time, and please hear me out here. I do think there is a place for them in the Greek games, at least in concept, more than just a crude joke. I always found that they contributed to the saga's story and theme. This person is agreeing with what we're saying. Yes. In the first God of War, the mini game was a part of the burnt cage soldier progressing through Pandora's temple. Yeah. Or condemned condemned
Condemn.
the ship's captain to his death for the key. And that was a joke, but it was still
Well, it was a joke, but it's also setting the tone
right for who he
because
is.
for
Right.
who he is, because there was no reason to send him down to end like that. He could have just as easily taken the key and thrown him to the side. He
Right.
chose to let him die.
And then they brought it back as a
Brought him
joke
back.
because he bumps into him while he's in Hades. Let's see. Yeah, he just basically said, I don't feel like reading all of this.
Yeah,
But he's
no,
basically
he
saying the
touched
same
on the
thing.
same
Right.
thing.
He's basically saying that it's basically what we're saying.
It's his human connection
Right.
because he's still a person, though he is a terrible. They show all the horrific things he will do and has done. They are there for more than just a quick joke. Though the question comes: do
But
you
the
want
thing
the
about it
game?
is, in the game, it's never presented as
Yeah,
RAPE.
it's always consensual. It's
Right.
always shown to be consensual.
And
Now,
it isn't something mandatory in the game either. You can
no,
choose to do it or not do it.
yep, completely optional. Which is why some people will say it doesn't need to be in the game. But the question here is remaking the game. Do you want them to just graphically update it, or do you want them to do like a Dead Space remake?
Yes.
Dead Space remake is basically the same game with little bits they added to it.
Yeah, there's a few things they could add just a little here and there, but yes. Don't take it and make it an open world. No.
Open world. I know.
Well, that's because that's what they were mentioning in the beginning of the article. Are they going to take when they say remake? Are they going to use that same game model engine and just no Dead Space it? Give it a huge graphical update.
In my opinion, if they're gonna go the Dead Space route, I say make him more cruel. I say make him more cruel in some of these scenes, because the whole point of this game is we've seen him go from monster to looking for redemption in the North Saga. So you can show me just how bad he was and make it seem worse to where I question, did he redeem himself later? It's a backwards redemption story. I've seen someone say that in one of the articles. It's not
like
completely backwards, but
for the record, it's not even an isometric. I keep hitting the wrong freaking button.
the camera angle.
Yeah, it's not even isometric actually.
Look, it's a 360 view because of all the ways he uses his blades. The camera is up because I need to be able to see around me because there's crowd control attacks. See, that's showing its age. It's 5.
It looks great to me. I don't see that.
Just imagine this.
It's just nostalgia. Yeah.
Just imagine this. Even if they would have just redone it, but it looked like God of War 3.
Right. Like, look, this is great.
And the combat is satisfying.
This is somewhat kind of sort of isometric camera angle, but not really.
Wait. But the point being, I want these wide sweeping attacks.
Right.
Meaning I would need to be able to look behind me.
Right. Because that was the whole point. Like that right there. If he was surrounded by enemies, when he crosses his arms over like that, the blades swing behind him.
Right.
And it's like crowd control or whatever.
Because they send hordes at you. The whole point is he's mowing through hordes
right.
of enemies.
Right. I want these big sweeping attacks with the flame. Because remember when you would power up the blades, they would get more increased fire, heat, and become more and more red.
Glow and set on fire.
Like, come on, man. Like, for YouTube reasons, I can't play the scene that comes right after this. When he goes down into the ship, you know what he finds, right?
Yeah.
The girls.
The pot. No, that one's not the pot scene. That one's, I think, the fountains.
No.
The vase.
When he goes down into the ship, there's two women.
The girl. Yes. Yeah. I don't remember if it's the one with the vase moving, or if it's the one with the statue.
It's the one with the vase moving, with the vase on the end table shaking.
Yeah. So
that's all I can hear right now.
See, look at his arms.
Right. It's great though.
It's showing its age. It's showing its age.
It's like so much nostalgia that it just, I don't even see nothing wrong with it. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Like I said, just imagine.
And I have these for PS3, right? I am gonna go play this game.
Just imagine, it does have some outdated graphics and some. For example, do you remember what the roll button was in the first game?
Wasn't it circle?
No,
it wasn't. It was
right stick.
It was it was right stick.
The stick.
But that wasn't even bad though in the position that it was in. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
oh,
just
you're gonna turn. Oh, there you go. Get out of the way. You're gonna turn to a stone.
and this is why you need that's why you need the camera,
Right.
because you'd be fighting someone else and see that.
Right. And if they're behind you, you're not gonna see. Oh, got turned to stone. Oh, they must have got it on easy mode. They got it that quick. And the brutalness. Yeah. See, are they
Yeah,
gonna
I
keep
want
this?
the QT.
The
The
QTE,
North
right?
Saga
The-
has some QTEs, but they only have that for like pretty much boss fights.
Right. The QTEs, absolutely. Were QTEs were great.
But I think Dead Space it, polish it up, bring the old ones up to form, and if you're going to add to it, do not take away. I think that's the best route to go. Add to it, do not take away. You have an opportunity to make him seem more cruel.
Right. Make it and don't dim down the blood. Make it
No.
just as bloody.
You need to make it
just as
just
gory.
as, if not more.
Right. And the reason I'm saying just as bloody, just as gory is because that's a part of the get down. Now let's take a look at this right here.
I know God of War 3, he was covered in it.
There's a whole scene where
Yeah, that's spoilers.
Right.
But there's really no way to talk about it.
Right.
But
Like
I could absolutely see Gaia looking different.
Look, boom. This is a big, huge. That's what I'm saying. The scale is great. The leaders can just don't make it an open world.
Can you go on YouTube and see if you can find the Norse version of there's the Norse version of the Greek saga in the God of War 20 I think it's in Ragnarok. In Ragnarok they redid it from the DLC. Yeah.
Yeah, I never played
because he goes through his mind, and he ends up seeing
Cerberus.
He ends up seeing Greek characters. So they've already kind of shown you what it could look like, though I don't want the Norse style of combat.
Right. I want this. I want this. Oh, I forgot he had that bow and arrow.
He had a bow at one point. He had a sword. He had the lightning bolts.
Right. And it was those were magic weapons.
That's the bow he took from Apollo, didn't he?
Was it Apollo?
No, it wasn't Apollo. I think it was.
What was his
name? I think it was his twin. I think it was Artemis.
That's greatness right there.
Because Apollo gets he becomes a lantern.
Now, personally, I think that the game, like this one right here, doesn't necessarily need a remake. It just needs a remake. Make the first two games into this, but with the better graphics.
Like I said, let me see if I can find it.
Are you seeing what's on the screen right now?
Yeah, it's God of War 3.
Right.
I see. It's God of War 3.
That's boom. Graphical update this for the first two. Use this and graphical update this. Graphical update this, and then make part 1 and 2 this with the better update. Boom. Instant printing money. Instantly print money.
People will complain that looks dated, texture wise.
But that's what I'm talking about. Graphically update this. This is God of War. This is because the game has an identity of its own too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you looking for? Because I have it open already.
You have the
I don't have that open.
I was talking about the Norse sections from the DLC, because they show you how Greece can look in an updated engine. Though I don't want the combat, but it kind of shows you like that was a because I don't want that over the shoulder. Because the main reason the biggest problem with the Norse one is it kind of ruins the power fantasy. Because Kratos can only fight what pretty much two or three enemies, and that's pushing it in the Norse ones. Whereas in the Greek ones, there's scenes where they make you this big. The camera zooms out, and you're this big, and you're just fighting hordes and hordes of enemies
Right
at you.
on the older one.
Yeah, and they're just coming wave after wave after wave because the spectacle. Of course, someone probably didn't edit it to just be
You just got to fast forward through it.
yeah, because they show just graphically what it could look like, especially when you're because we
Wait, is this it? Because I never played it. So this is Minos.
it's what
It's Minos.
Minos.
This is or this is what you're talking about, son. Let me see. This is directly from the other game. So this is the original game, God of War 1. And then that's the throne room.
Yeah, that's throne room is mind's eye. It's Helios.
So he gets Helios's head again? Oh, but that's Mimir. That's Mimir.
Mimir. Yeah.
But it's Mimir.
It's his conscious.
It's his skin. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a swap. Is that me?
So yeah, so this is
So they're showing what happened with
Right.
him remembering his head, and I need this.
yeah, right.
I need his
Now
the
is
sure
this clip is this clip in the DLC? Because I haven't played this DLC.
don't believe so. It's been a while since I've
This
seen
person,
it.
so this person edited
They
it
edited
where,
it in to show.
so where people know what the references are.
I think so.
You see,
Minos. So yeah, yeah.
see
The judges.
It's the camera. Like
It's the camera, but see,
yeah.
I need the graphics. These are the textures and things that they need.
Right. See,
They need these textures with the other camera.
with the semi
Because
metric.
see,
camera.
yeah, they're showing
Yeah,
you
see,
where all the references. The judges.
Yeah,
That's
the
why I didn't
judges,
understand.
right.
The three judges.
Yeah, when I saw Minos, I'm like, this is the Minos.
right.
level. You got to get ready to go.
Yep. I'm already about to be late. But this is what we want, guys.
Yeah,
This
is
is
what
what
we want,
we want.
everybody.
Take those textures, which you have some of them already,
Right.
or an idea of what it could look like. Take those graphics, take the other camera. Yeah, because you guys already nodded to all this. Take the other
Right.
camera.
And that's the fear that I have is that they're gonna take these assets that's already built and say, since we already have this built, let's just
Look,
use it.
I'm not a graphic. I'm not a gamer or whatever. All you need, if you're gonna take assets, just take textures, floors. You can take the skin texture. Take those things.
Oh, look, they gave him back the Blade of
The
Olympus.
yeah.
Blade of Zeus. Yeah, the Blade of Olympus.
Yeah. You really never did play the DLC.
Great.
You never did play the DLC.
Yeah, I didn't play it. Yeah, this makes me want to go back and play it now. But you see the difference with just
look at the enemy, the amount of enemies.
Right.
Because I want to say the new game
attack you from the back. They can't do that in this because you be getting murdered.
Yeah, that little bar at the bottom when someone's behind you just doesn't work.
They'll just wreck you. Be getting wrecked.
Yeah, the first barbarian.
Yeah. This is Ares. See, this is the angle we want right here. Santa Monica Studios, we need this. But we're gonna cut this show short because oh no, this
Oh, it's it. Here we go.
let me take just in case, just to say something pop up. So we're gonna cut this show short because this is a show we could have done a lot more in, but Tim has to go. So I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe. And until the next episode, we are out of here.
Prepare yourself. Select your character. Get ready. Fight! Super activated. Perfect counter. Combo breaker! Super block. Health at 10%. You lose. Game over! Get ready. Game over. Death is only the beginning.